We're here with the Pregnancy Care Center, and we're going to be talking today to Mabel, who is one of our volunteers at the First Response Center in Grace Toronto Church, which is in downtown Toronto. Mabel, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. The first question I wanted to start with is maybe if you could give us a brief description of what a First Response Center is and what you do there.
So the First Response team is composed of about, right now, 5 regular volunteers, with the actual First Response coordinator. So what our role here is, as a First Response team, is to basically take calls from women who are calling for either a pregnancy test, just for information, just pregnancy or abortion kind of information, and just for emotional support, or even for aftercare, after having a child, the care that women might need in terms of the community support, or even just material support with baby clothes or baby items.
So Mabel, what does a typical night for the First Response team look like?
So a typical night would be someone coming in for an interview, for an appointment, and we would specify when we do the intake call at the office, whether it would be a pregnancy test, options, information, or just emotional support or aftercare, and we prepare for that. So if it's a pregnancy test, we would get a pregnancy kit out. And then from there, basically, we'll talk to the women about just going through a booklet that talks about just parenting and options. And then if the woman wants to know about a lot of them come in with abortion as one of the options for themselves. So we talk about what it entails, what kind of abortion that takes place in Canada, how do they perform it, and also parenting options. Whether if they don't want to keep the baby, there's the option to adopt, or the option to put in foster care. And then we just talk about, and we let them know the resources that are out there, the programs that we run as a pregnancy care center. There's prenatal kind of workshops in their Scarborough or North York office, and there's networks that we're connected to of women in communities where they are able to receive baby items, whether it's used toys or like old clothes or even just like brand new diapers or just anything like that. And also we let women know that there's the option of midwives during the course of the pregnancy, if that's something that they wanted to do. So we just provide women with options and what's available, and to let them know that there's support if they decide to carry to term. Mm-hmm.
So maybe a bit more of a personal question for you. Mm-hmm. What is the value to you of the work of the Pregnancy Care Center?
I think for me, I think the biggest piece of it is the relational. I think that's one of the biggest parts, right, when it comes to working with women in crisis situations, right? I think in those situations they come to us because most of the times we find that they haven't told people in their lives. Maybe not even the father most of the time. Sometimes the father is not involved, or they don't want them to be involved, or there's something going on. And a lot of it is, I've seen from my experience anyways, that the fear of judgment and the fear of just not knowing how family would react. So they feel quite alone in those situations. And they feel, when you have a problem, you just feel, I think the initial response is always to, I need to get rid of this problem or just solve this problem somehow. It's good that they call us, because that's what we're here for, to just offer the support and the ear to listen to, and the actual practical aspects of the support, right? For a woman who's in a situation where they don't know what to do. They want the answers. It's good for them. I could tell in the way that their response is that they feel good that someone's there without judgment, and just being able to share and understand their situation, and just be able to provide them with options and an idea of how to proceed next. Mm-hmm.
And the last question for you, Mabel. We know that the Pregnancy Care Center tagline is "I am not alone." Mm-hmm. What does that mean to you?
I think in a situation when you feel isolated, I think in those situations, when we are in a panic mode, in a crisis situation, we tend to make the choice to keep it to ourselves because we worry about what other people might think. So the I'm not alone piece is that like we're here for women who are in those situations, and I feel from my experience again, most are in a situation where they are alone in this and they don't have someone else to talk to, or they don't feel like they have someone else to talk to. So that's basically why we exist, right? To help women feel like that they are not alone in their situation, that we're gonna walk with them. And you know, we had a previous client come back second time around where she was like, you know, she felt like she might have been in a situation again, and she came back and was like, you know, I felt really comfortable with you girls last time, and she's like, I missed you girls. And she was a really sweet woman, and she just felt really comfortable with us and felt the need, or felt the comfortability to just come back and share that she might be struggling with something similar. It just shows that that's why we exist, right? For women to know that we are someone to listen to and someone to lean on during these times.
Perfect. Well, Mabel, thank you so much for joining us. You're a huge encouragement to all of us.
Okay, thank you for having me.